Picture this. It's 7:03 a.m. on a Tuesday. The city outside is just beginning to hum, but you're still in your favorite pajamas, a steaming mug of coffee warming your hands. Instead of wrestling with traffic, you're effortlessly putting the finishing touches on tomorrow's big sales deck. The city slides past the window in a blur of soft morning light, a serene backdrop to your productive start. No hands on the wheel, no frantic eyes darting between mirrors. Just calm, quiet focus. Welcome to a morning that drives itself. Doesn't that sound like a dream? A radically calm way to begin your day? Imagine waking up and knowing that your car will take you wherever you need to go, and you won't lose precious time in a rush to fight traffic. Why today's commute is broken. Let's face it, the modern commute is a soul-crushing waste of time. On average, we lose 54 hours a year to traffic, a full week spent stewing in a metal box. That's an entire week we'll never get back, a week we could have spent with our families, working on passion projects, or simply enjoying life. Think about it. 54 hours of staring at the back of someone's bumper, inching forward in gridlock, hoping for a light to turn green. We burn fuel searching for parking, honk at strangers, and still arrive at work stressed, tired, and already behind. Our transportation system is outdated, designed for an era that no longer exists. It's become a major contributor to urban noise pollution, environmental damage, and a significant drain on our mental health and finances. Every fender bender, every sudden lane change, every missed turn adds another layer of anxiety to an already strained experience. The commute has become this bizarre, mandatory part-time job that absolutely nobody wants. It takes away precious time from family and friends, and it leaves us asking, isn't there a better way? The answer is yes. Autonomous cars. Enter the autonomous reset. This is where self-driving technology doesn't just tweak the script, it completely flips it, tearing up the old playbook and writing a bold new one. Imagine a world where your car isn't just a means of transportation, but your mobile living room, office, or private cinema. Autonomous vehicles use radar, LiDAR, high-resolution cameras, and incredibly sophisticated AI software, processing up to 450 million lines of code every second. That's more computational power than the most powerful supercomputers from just a decade ago. With that level of processing, your car won't just drive, it will allow you to live during your commute. Instead of focusing on the road, you can focus on your life. Answer emails, catch up on podcasts, or even binge-watch your favorite show, guilt-free, while the car does all the heavy lifting. This isn't just about convenience, it's about rethinking car ownership entirely. Why should you own a car that sits idle 95% of the day, depreciating in value, taking up space in your driveway or in a parking lot? In the future, you won't own a car in the traditional sense. Instead, you'll simply summon a sleek electric robo-shuttle when you need it. It arrives at your curb, drops you off with perfect timing, and glides away, ready to serve the next passenger. Urban planners predict that the most profound change will be the almost eerie quiet in our cities. No more honking horns, roaring engines, or the familiar hum of gas-powered vehicles. Cities will become quieter, more peaceful. The space currently dedicated to parking garages, those massive concrete structures that scar our urban landscapes, many will be transformed into vibrant apartments, parks, or public spaces. It's a revolution, and it's coming sooner than we think. Levels of autonomy in plain English. Autonomous cars come in levels, and understanding this progression is key to grasping how this future unfolds. Think of it as a ladder, each rung representing a greater degree of machine control and a lighter load for the human driver. At level 0, you're fully in control. This is your grandpa's classic Buick, or any car before the advent of modern driver assist technologies. You're responsible for everything: steering, braking, accelerating, and monitoring the environment. Then we move to level 1. This is where the car starts offering assistance with just one aspect of driving. The most common example: cruise control. You set a speed, and the car maintains it, but you're still responsible for steering, braking, and everything else. It's a small step forward, but it introduces the idea of the car helping. At level 2, the car can manage 2 driving tasks at once. This is partial automation, where the car can maintain lane position and control speed, but you're still required to stay alert and keep your hands on the wheel. Systems like Tesla Autopilot or GM's Super Cruise are examples of level 2 automation. They're advanced, but they're not yet ready to take full control. Level 3 is where it starts to get really interesting: conditional automation. In specific conditions, such as highway traffic at low speeds, the car can handle all driving tasks. You can take your hands off the wheel and even use your phone, but the car will alert you when it needs help. You must be ready to take control at a moment's notice. Level 4 is where the magic truly begins: high automation. Here, the car can handle all driving tasks within a specific operational design domain, ODD. This could be a particular city or area under certain conditions, and the car requires no human intervention. Companies like Waymo have already rolled out fully driverless robo-taxis in areas of Phoenix and San Francisco, cruising at 65 mph without anyone behind the wheel. Finally, level 5 is the holy grail: full automation. This is the ultimate goal: cars that can drive themselves anywhere in any condition without any human involvement. No steering wheel, no pedals, no human intervention. While level 5 is still a few decades away, level 4 is already making waves, and experts believe it could become common by 2030. A Commuter's Story, Part 2. Let's revisit our future commuter, enjoying a stress-free start to their day. The autonomous car drops them at a light rail hub, perfectly timed with the train's arrival. No frantic searching for parking, no missed connections. They board the train, enjoying the ride. When they reach their final destination, another autonomous vehicle is already waiting, ready to take them the last mile to work. This is the future of transportation: a seamless, connected journey that takes you from your home to your destination with minimal effort. The entire system works in perfect harmony. No parking fees, no waiting for a ride, no stress. You're simply gliding from one point to another, enjoying a productive, stress-free day. Who is building this tomorrow? Autonomous vehicles are no longer a futuristic fantasy. They're being developed right now by some of the world's most innovative companies. Leading the charge is Waymo, born from Google's self-driving project. Waymo has already driven 10 million miles with 0 accidents and reports 91% fewer serious crashes compared to human drivers. That's not just impressive, it's a game changer. Other companies like Cruise, backed by General Motors, Zoox, an Amazon subsidiary, and Tesla are also competing fiercely to dominate the autonomous vehicle market. Tesla's full self-driving, FSD system, while controversial, is being tested by over 500,000 drivers who are essentially beta testing the technology. The data collected is helping to refine the system at an unprecedented rate. But it's not just tech startups. Traditional automakers like Ford and Volkswagen are jumping on the bandwagon, developing their own autonomous vehicle technologies. Even companies like Intel and Baidu are playing a big role, ensuring that the autonomous revolution is a global phenomenon. The tech stack that makes it tick. An autonomous vehicle relies on a complex array of technologies to operate safely. LiDAR uses laser pulses to map the environment, providing a 3D view of the surroundings. Radar detects objects and measures their speed, especially in low visibility conditions like fog or heavy rain. Cameras give the car high-resolution visual data, helping it understand signs, lights, and human behavior. The real magic, however, is in the AI. This is the brain of the operation, processing all the data from the sensors, predicting what's going to happen next. Imagine a child running into the street after a ball. A human driver might instinctively brake. An autonomous car does the same, but without hesitation, anticipating the move before it even happens. The processing power of these systems is astounding. Cars need to process vast amounts of data in real time, making decisions faster than a human ever could. but safety is paramount. There's a level of redundancy built into every system. Multiple sensors, backup processors, and fail-safe mechanisms ensure that the car will never be caught off guard. Challenges. No commercial can hide. While autonomous vehicles promise a revolution, they still face many hurdles. Adverse weather conditions are one of the most persistent challenges. Snow, heavy rain, or fog can obscure important visual cues, and while sensors are improving, there's still work to be done. Another major issue is human unpredictability. Humans don't always follow the rules of the road. Pedestrians jaywalk, cyclists weave in and out of traffic, and other drivers make sudden lane changes. An autonomous vehicle must navigate these behaviors in real time, which is no small feat. Then there's the legal and regulatory landscape. When an autonomous vehicle is involved in an accident, who is liable? The vehicle owner, the manufacturer, the software developer? The law is still catching up to the technology, and different countries and states are creating their own rules, leading to a fragmented system. Safety facts to quiet the skeptics. Safety is a major concern for many, and understandably so. But here's the reality. Human error causes 94% of car accidents. Autonomous vehicles, by eliminating human distractions, fatigue, and impairments, can drastically reduce accidents. Waymo reports fewer incidents per million miles than human drivers, with an even greater safety advantage at night when human reaction times are slower. Real-world data suggests that autonomous cars could save 10,000 lives annually in the U.S. alone. This isn't just theory, it's backed by hard data, showing that autonomous vehicles can significantly reduce fatalities and injuries on our roads. What cities will look like in 2040? Imagine a city where roads are quieter, cleaner, and more livable. Autonomous vehicles will free up vast amounts of space currently used for parking, allowing cities to repurpose these areas for housing, parks, and public spaces. Traffic lights will communicate directly with vehicles, improving flow and reducing congestion. Cities will be more walkable, with less noise and air pollution. The urban landscape will be radically transformed, with a focus on people, not cars. Dollars and cents. The cost of autonomous vehicles is a major selling point. With ride-hailing services costing as little as 50 cents per mile by 2030, autonomous cars will be cheaper than owning a personal vehicle. When you eliminate the costs of car insurance, maintenance, and parking, you'll see huge savings. A family could save thousands of dollars a year by switching to autonomous ride-hailing, which could pay for a vacation or boost savings. The equity question. As we roll out autonomous vehicles, we must ensure they benefit everyone, not just affluent neighborhoods. Policymakers are pushing for universal service rules, which will ensure that these services are available to all communities, regardless of income. Additionally, subsidies and specialized vehicles for seniors and disabled riders will help ensure equitable access to this transformative technology. Environmental upside. Autonomous vehicles are a win for the environment. Electric autonomous cars produce zero emissions and can be strategically charged during periods of peak renewable energy generation. This can help balance the grid and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. Additionally, autonomous vehicles are more energy efficient, reducing consumption by up to 12% compared to human-driven vehicles. With fewer cars on the road and more green spaces, cities will become more sustainable and resilient to climate change. Your story, final stretch. The future commuter we imagined earlier? They arrive at their destination on time, stress-free, and productive. Autonomous vehicles aren't just about convenience. They're about improving our quality of life, reclaiming our time, and making cities more livable. They represent a profound shift in how we live, work, and move. If you're ready to embrace the future of driving, hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments. Would you be willing to give up your steering wheel for the convenience and safety of autonomous vehicles? Preparing your brain for the handoff. The transition to fully autonomous vehicles requires building trust. We've been in control for over 100 years, so letting go is a psychological challenge. Start with adaptive cruise control and work your way up to systems that allow you to take your hands off the wheel. As you get comfortable with these features, the transition to full autonomy will feel natural. Policy chess match. The legal framework for autonomous vehicles is still evolving. Different states and countries have varying regulations, and the industry is actively working with policymakers to ensure safe and fair rules. This period of uncertainty will eventually give way to harmonized regulations, making autonomous vehicles a reality for everyone. The last human-driven car. By 2045, the last human-driven cars will be a rarity in major cities. As autonomous vehicles become mainstream, owning a human-driven car will be a niche activity. Future generations will see cars with steering wheels as relics of the past, much like rotary phones today. Preparing your wallet. To prepare for the autonomous future, consider leasing instead of buying. Look for cars that offer over-the-air software updates and redundant hardware. These vehicles will be able to evolve with the times, ensuring your investment lasts. Final takeaway. Autonomous vehicles are a game changer. They'll save lives, reduce traffic, improve the environment, and make cities more livable. They're not just about getting from point A to point B. They're about reimagining our relationship with transportation, the planet, and each other. The future is coming. Are you ready? If you're as excited about the future as we are, hit that like button and share this with a friend who's still skeptical about autonomous cars. Let's talk about it. What would you do with 54 extra hours a year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.